Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about the new chapter of My Hero Academia, which is on chapter 420. Now, this chapter right here looks like to me, I guess that drama or situation didn't last for too long, as many people predicted and had a feeling of. Even I had a feeling of. Although, it is what it is. I guess maybe, hopefully, it comes at a cost because of what just happened here, you know? So, if anything else, let's go. Let's go to a certain situation where Aizawa and President Mike gets teleported into the middle of nowhere. I don't know. One thing for certain is that Yamada is trying to get Kurogiri or some. President Mike is trying to get Kurogiri to to freaking get them a teleport and so forth, you know, and was about to punch him or even do something worse. I don't know. One thing's for certain is that Aizawa stops President Mike and finally sees this tears on Kurogiri, you know. By that time, President Mike tries to get Kurogiri to work, but Aizawa knows that the Shirabumo or Oboro, the person we know or friend we know, is not here anymore. Is that ever since then we pulled a white cork from him and that we mixed him up and broke him way further than before, you know, that kind of thing. We added more blacks and that's why he woke up, you know, that kind of thing. We need to guide the teacher. We teachers need to guide them until they graduate, you know, and that's where their origins lie, kind of thing. Eventually, after a much needed speech here and there, Kurogiri or possibly Oboro whatsoever, ends up having to wake up and fulfill one last part of mission, possibly to teleport Aizawa to a location of where the shelter people and the heroes are protecting citizens are at, you know. And we have to it that Aizawa tells Ectoplasm about the situation with Kurogiri, you know, and that he wants to gather as many heroes as possible because we don't really know how long he will last, and that we must be ready for the situation at hand, you know. Death Arms decides to come in and help out, you know, while there might be another hero saying, I may not be famous, but I'm a hero, let me fight by your side, you know, that kind of thing. We have to it that Aizawa tells the heroes who wants to fight, go to the main gate whatsoever, you know. The kid who apparently that was against Deku resting at the shelter decides to hey, you know what, take this. It may give it to some wounded hero. They may need it, you know, that kind of thing. Eventually, some people decide to pitch in and give their best to give their support as well. We have to it that that almost every battle has ended at this point, and that the only one remaining is at Takaba National Stadium, you know, and that they're fighting a terrorist escapee who specializes in long fights against big groups whatsoever. We have to it that it was Gashly the baby tree. But we have to it that some Class 1B and other heroes join in right on time to end the fight right away, and that they start Phase 3 of the Divide and Conquer operation. We have to it Kurogiri, who is still functional, is able to summon the warp gates to where Midoriya is at, you know, and that's where Aizawa, Sato, Sero, and Ojiro comes in to help. We have to it that that Aizawa asked Midoriya, how long has it been since you lost your arms? And then Midoriya's like, I don't know for sure. It all happened inside our minds, though. He ends up explaining to Aizawa about the situation here and there, and that Aizawa actually has one last card given to him by someone, and that is Eri's little horn. We have to it that Eri knows that Aizawa will not allow her to go to the battlefield, so that's why I want you to take this with you, you know? And it was her little horn that she managed to break up with someone's help, you know? And Aizawa's like, what the heck are you doing? Are you serious right now? And we have to it that Ectoplasm apologizes to Aizawa, saying that this girl's learned both your rational and irrational ways. We have to it that Ares says, ever since you taught me how my power works, I know that my horn should get the job done. It's still part of me. although Aizawa says, you understand what you did was reckless, this may damage your quirk factor, you know? And then Eri says, I understand it, but I want to do the same thing to help all my San and Kakchan, but I couldn't. But my real dream is that I want to sing. Sensei, Deku-san, and the others allow me to have a good time, so when this battle is over, I will sing for them, you know, that kind of thing. I know this isn't much, but please let me fight too. So, pretty much, what Eri did was possibly reckless, as Aizawa says, because what Eri did is possibly damage a quirk factor that might be beyond repair, which means you won't have instant or unlimited like healing and regeneration. So, but you know, I guess everything comes at a price and sacrifice, I guess, and so forth, which is very understandable. I mean, I would never like expected this to happen, but I guess Eri is willing to sacrifice a quirk factor to possibly help everyone and heal everyone in exchange that they win the battle, you know, that kind of thing, which I guess will be a good like price to pay, which I think is really nice. But you know, I guess what she did is reckless, but it is what it is. Okay, stop talking about the situation about Eri's horn here and there. We have to eventually Aizawa use whatever horn that he has left and places it on Deku or something like that, and that like Ectoplasm will later on talk about this with Eraserhead, or someone else will talk with them, saying that she doesn't have enough stored energy. It won't be too useful. The rewinding process will be slower, and it should take about around 2 to 3 minutes. And we get to see Deku's arms coming back to shape, which is a good thing, because honestly, at this point, if Deku was literally out of the fight, then it will be game over, because he's the only one right now that could possibly take down All For One, you know? And we have to Eraserhead tells like Deku like don't you dare die until you hear her singing. You got that? And we have to it that like Eraserhead says like I know I'm not the one who's absolutely exhausted, but knowing just Midori is doing his best is enough to make my body move. And we get to see like other Class 1A students coming into action, getting ready to fight. You know, we see Grape Juice, freaking Charge Bolt, and then like our boy like Octoman whatsoever, and then we get to see Koda in action. We get to see Yaoyorozu getting ready to fight. You know, we see Tua All For One gets ready to fight one last time against these guys. But you know, they need to buy enough time for about 2 to 3 minutes at most in order to like get Deku to like be back at full strength and fight All For One and finish the fight once and for all. So I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but I could say this for certain though, is like if they could buy enough time for 2 to 3 minutes whatsoever, then the rest will be up to Deku to finish the fight. But knowing that this won't be as easy as it sounds, because we all know how strong All For One is, and ever since he took over Shigaraki's body, you know, we all know how deadly he is when he wasn't damaged at all. But at this point, I guess he is somewhat damaged. He won't be able to use his like full capacity of power for the time being. But we'll have to find out, because even when he's partly like not at full power, he's still dangerous as hell. We see it. That is to say and to be considered to talk about. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. So I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.